It was a quiet Monday night in 2023, around 10 p.m. I was walking home from work because my car was being repaired. The walk was about 3 miles and took me around an hour. I lived in a small town in South Texas, and after 11 p.m. the streets were almost always empty, except for the occasional truck heading to the city. About a mile into my walk, I turned onto a dirt road that led through the woods. My house was a bit off the beaten path, so I had to take these back roads to get home. As I turned, I heard the faint sound of an engine approaching slowly. A van, without its headlights on, appeared on the road I had just left. At first, I didn't think much of it, figuring it was just someone driving an old vehicle with broken lights. I kept walking, but after a few moments, I heard the engine rev up, and the van started speeding toward me with its lights now on. This made me uneasy, but I tried not to overreact. It wasn't until the van got closer to my road and suddenly, its lights turned off again, that I started to panic. The van slowed down, and I felt a cold wave of fear. Trying to keep calm, I quickened my pace, stealing glances over my shoulder. To my horror, the van turned onto the dirt road behind me, only about 500 feet away. I picked up speed, walking faster and faster, but when I looked back again, I saw something that terrified me. The van had stopped, and both the driver's and passenger's doors were wide open. I broke into a full sprint, running as fast as I could down the road. I thought I heard a gunshot in the distance and felt a chill of dread. I veered off the road and into the woods, hiding behind a large tree. My heart pounded in my chest as I tried to stay silent. I then heard a man's voice in the distance saying, "She ran into the woods." The man wasn't alone. I could hear the voices of girls answering him, one of them saying, "All right, sir, we'll find her." Fear gripped me, not just for my life, but for what these people wanted. The man then said something that sent a shiver down my spine. "Whoever finds her doesn't have to drink the blood tonight." My thoughts raced. Was this some kind of twisted cult? Who were these people? I stayed hidden, terrified, trying not to make a sound. After what felt like an eternity, I saw red and blue lights flashing nearby. The police had arrived. When I was sure it was safe, I ran out toward the lights, shouting for help. The officers came over and asked if I had seen the body. Confused, I said no. But then I saw it. A young woman's body lying on the ground covered in blood. It was a gruesome sight that I will never forget. There was no sign of the van anymore. I explained everything to the police. The van, the man, and the girls. They promised to investigate and drove me home. That night I couldn't sleep. Around 3 a.m., I looked out my window and saw the same van slowly driving down my street, its lights still off. This time, I was ready. I wrote down the license plate and called the police. When they arrived, the van was gone again, but what the officers told me still haunts me. The license plate was registered in Louisiana, but similar reports of the same van had come in that night, from Vermont, Nevada, Alaska, and Oklahoma. The police said they'd keep me informed, but I never heard anything more. I don't believe in the paranormal, so I think it was some kind of cult, using fake plates to stay hidden. I've since moved away, and now whenever something doesn't feel right, I don't take any chances. I run.